What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on the Philadelphia Eagles and the and Jalen Hurts. Right now, you would think that when you have a team that is winning, like winning will cure all. Like winning, like it seemed like it would come first, especially if you had success like the Eagles had. Jalen Hurts been to two Super Bowls, won one. It seemed like that will cure everything. But for some reason, you have still a lot of confusion around the team. Like you hear like rumblings, people saying that Jalen Hurts is they're not happy with his performance, and teammates are not happy with him. The wide receivers not happy with him. Some people try to say that Jalen Hurts is not elite, even though he's been to two Super Bowls and won one. But I was listening to I watched what's the guy named Jason Whitlock, right? And he had Shawn King on there. And Shawn King said some things about Jalen Hurts and the Jalen Hurts situation that I thought were interesting. I want to play the audio from that show and come back, come back and give my opinion on what I think. Because I thought Shawn King always, I like his opinion in most cases. I think he's he's spot on, and I guess that's because he played in the NFL. He was a quarterback in the NFL, and so he understands what's going on. Shawn King also, I think, also he was on a Super Bowl winning team. I think he was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they won it that year. So I'm gonna play the audio and come back, like I said, and give you my opinion.
Shawn, what do you think's going on with Jalen Hurts?
Shout out to Jalen Hurts. I think he might be the most underappreciated player in the National Football League. Like, the infrastructure it takes to develop as a young quarterback, here's what it looks like. You get drafted by a team, you have the same offensive coordinator and O-line coach at minimum your first 3 years. It's what made Peyton great. He had Tom Moore and Howard Mudd. Outside of the fact that Peyton was talented, he had the same OC and O-line coach the first decade in the league. Jalen Hurts has changed coordinators the last 4 years. Shane Steichen got the coach job. Then it was Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson got fired. Kellen Moore came in. Kellen Moore gets the Saints job. Now it's, I think, Kevin Patullo is the guy's name. And I'm not making excuses for Jalen, but I'm saying that to say, when you spend every offseason learning a new system, as opposed to focusing on fixing some of your deficiencies, to still be successful, get to 2 Super Bowls, outplay Mahomes in the Super Bowl you lost, and then outplay Mahomes again a year and a half after, win MVP. I don't think it's enough credit. Is he a finished product? Absolutely no. I would love to see what Jalen Hurts could do from a development standpoint if Philly could finally give him continuity, meaning be in the same system for multiple years. So it's not I'm learning a new system, I'm learning new verbiage. It's I'm working on where I need to get better, which is throwing the ball on time, in rhythm, in the traditional passing game.
All right, so you heard him right, and I never really knew that Jalen Hurts had 3 different offensive coordinators. While he's been there, and a lot of times that's the case with with NFL quarterbacks, right? You have you got so much turnover in coaches and stuff like that. Coaches coming, coaches leaving, and a lot of players don't get the opportunity to develop. And so you can fall back on that as an excuse, right? But Jalen Hurts didn't do that. He continued to get better and make the most of his situation. Like I said, it's led them to 2 Super Bowl appearances. One they won. Both times, like Shawn King said, both times he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. So why why that is not enough, I don't get. Why, like his teammates, his coaches, everybody should be rallying behind this guy, because most anybody else who had 3 offensive coordinators, definitely would not, not going to be in a position to take you to a Super Bowl, right? Um, let alone be able to win consistently, like winning consistently, and he hasn't been able to um work on his game. He's always trying to learn new verbiage and new plays and stuff like that, and a new system every year, every other year. So I don't get it, man. Like if I'm the head coach of this guy, I'm demanding that everybody on the team, I'm trying to find ways to bring these guys together and respect what is going on there and realize, appreciate what's going on there and how hard it is to win a Super Bowl and get, or at least get to a Super Bowl. So yeah, in my opinion, I always felt like this guy, Jalen Hurts, was the most disrespected and underappreciated, quarterback. Even going to a Super Bowl didn't change, people's opinions of him. Then he comes back, and win a Super Bowl, and still, people not satisfied. I think what's unfortunately what probably is going to happen is once they finish their Super Bowl run, like once that window closed for them and they realize that it's closed, then everybody is going to appreciate like what Jalen Hurts did. Not just Jalen Hurts, but the Eagles. And like I said, in most cases, winning cures a lot of things. It's not always going to be, sunshine and rainbows and stuff like that. But for the most part, like when you're on a winning team, people, on a football team, people don't want to rock the boat because they know and they realize that success is fragile. But it just seemed like in this case, they are not, people on the Philadelphia Eagles are not really appreciating, the position that they're in. Let me get back to some more of what Jason Whitlock, what his say is going to be about this, Jalen. You know what? My fault. I thought Jason Whitlock was going to have something to add to what Shawn King said, but Jason Whitlock, he went on to a different topic. He went on to talking about like brawls, in football, and I don't want to really get into not just brawls, but like spitting and like what's been going on in football as far as like bad behavior with football players, not just college but also the NFL. Like they had a spitting incident, and then they had a brawl in college, and then so that kind of stuff. But like I was saying though, with the guy Jalen Hurts, man, I think, and I hope this is not the case, but I think that they may not appreciate this kid Jalen Hurts until that window closes. And like winning sometimes just spoils the fan base, the coaches and the people. It just spoils people. Like they don't appreciate it, and they think that like they're gonna win all the time. And then once hard times hit again, then they'll be, they'll wish that they handled that situation differently. I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case for the Philadelphia Eagles. Because when you success is fragile, and when you have an opportunity to to be successful, you want to make the most of it. You want to stretch that, and get as much out of the situation as you can. So hopefully, man, they'll be able to right this ship and put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name, and just continue to win. So that's my take on it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.